Fiona again, doing another episode of the Sarahah thing, because I seem to, like, I'm actually getting questions, so I'm really happy that I can keep doing this, and I'm happy that, that people are still interested in asking questions or sending messages and things like that, so I guess I'm sort of turning into a blogger in a way. But I don't know, let's see how far this keeps going, so I hope I can do some more, but let's go straight into it. So the first comment I got was, I think your cosplay are pretty amazing, to be honest, and I appreciate that. Like, like I've said every single time, it feels good to have someone say that you're pretty good at what you do, because, you know, there's so many people to not necessarily compete about, but to be compared to. So a lot of times you start to feel like the world is just trying to compare you to cosplayers like Jessica Nigiri, and like top names and stuff. So you're like, I just want to do this for fun, but everybody keeps trying to say that, oh, you know who did that cosplay too? This person, and tries to compare, but thank you so much, I appreciate it. Next comment is, now that I'm single, I think we got a chance. Problem number one, I'm not single, and I don't cheat. I am married, so no, I apologize, but you don't have a chance at all, because I'm not single, I'm married. But thank you, but no. Next. Ever thought about a threesome? Honest answer, yes. Another honest answer, probably not gonna happen. I myself am very possessive. I don't want to share Ian with anyone. Sorry, the house is really hot, so my nose is sweating. But I don't want to share Ian with anyone, because I don't like sharing. And I think Ian's kind of the same way, unless it's a whole girl and girl thing. But at the same time, I still feel like he feels like it's too much pressure to try to please two people at the same time. Either way, I really don't think I could. I thought about it, and me and Ian have actually talked about it, where we were like, would this be something we'd ever actually do? And then we were like, yeah, but at the same time, no, because I don't think, one, we'd ever find another person we feel comfortable enough with, and two, the both of us would be like, too much work. Anyway, next. I know you tend to do more silly entries for contests, but I always like to do more dramatic ones. Is there a way we can mix the two so we can enter together? Yes, there's always a way to mix them. I have, like, with Subaru and Subaru likes to do more, she likes to do funny ones, but she likes to do more dramatic and more heartfelt ones too. So to be very honest, I think it is a possibility. It just depends on the anime. Like, you can, like, it's kind of like Kobayashi, Dragon Maid. There are moments where it's super, super funny, and then there's moments where it's super, super serious, you know? Where it comes down to a point of, how do I explain? There's a point where, you know, where stuff is happening, because it's later on in the series and I don't want to say anything, but stuff is happening and you're like, oh no, everything got really serious suddenly. But it's still very, very lighthearted, so it's very possible to combine the two. It's just, gotta know the series, gotta know what we're cosplaying, and we gotta figure out how to combine the two. But I'm all more than willing to combine them. You know, Kingdom Hearts, it's silly, but it's also very serious, so I think it's really easy, so by all means, hit me up if you ever want to do Masquerade with me. Just gotta message me, not on here. Next. I love you. I love you too, but I don't know who you are. But I love you for saying you love me, so love you. Do you have any fetishes? Honest answer, disappoint you? Not anything strange. I'm pretty plain Jane. I like my guys. I like the normal stuff. Like, I don't really have anything too out of the blue. I like boobs, like I've mentioned before. The other thing is, me and my husband really like Monster Girl stuff, like really love Monster Girl stuff, so I guess if that's considered one, there's that. Not really. Nothing too outlandish that I can think of. I've drawn some stuff, but it's not for me, it's for other people. I've gotten some really, really interesting drawing requests. But that's on my Bleach Kitten, whole nother side of me. Anyway, it's not really, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Nothing really too extreme. Is it hard living with diabetes? Yes and no. The hardest part is managing eating and making sure that I eat the right things, because I'm really bad at keeping track of the right things I should be eating. It's hard because, yeah, it does make me drowsy, yeah, it does change, like, emotions and things like that. It could get really dangerous, but if I keep my eating under control, I keep taking my meds and I keep checking my blood sugar, it's not super difficult. It's just, as my husband put it, it's like I'm playing life on hard mode. That's what he normally tells me, because he says there's a lot of stuff that I have to do, go to the doctors and all that stuff, that he doesn't really think is like, he sees it as a lot harder. I see it as a thing just because I've been living with it. And I don't take insulin, so it's not too bad yet. But he says it's like playing life on hard mode. So that's the best way to describe it. It's a little harder, because I gotta watch a lot of stuff and I can't eat all the stuff that I want to eat. But I'm not super into sweets anyway. It's mostly the carb part of it, because carbs turn into sugars and stuff like that, so I can't have too much bread and everything like that. So that sucks. But outside of that, like I said, life on hard mode, as my husband puts it. But I do pretty good at video games, so I'm good. Next is, what would you name your future kids? I actually think I answered this in the first video. I did that if it's a girl, her name will be Ash, Ashton, or Ash for short. If it's a boy, it'll be Keith, because I've always had no, not Voltron or anything like that. I've always had a very close-knit connection to the name Keith. I would name my future kids Keith and Ash, or Ashton, because Ian really wants to name a little girl Ash. He wants to have a girl really bad. I don't really care for having a little girl. I want to have a little boy, but in the same point, I'm at this point where I love him and I don't really care anymore. I just want to have kids with him. Only 2 though, because I don't think I can handle more than 1 or 2. So I want to name a little boy Keith. He wants to name a little girl Ashton. I also had the name Edward in mind for a boy, but I really like the name Keith, so it was probably the name I ended up sticking to. But those were the names that we had already picked out. And the last one is, do you ever get jealous of your friends? I believe I've also said this in another video. Yes. But it's natural. It's natural to get jealous of your friends and to kind of want what they have. I grew up as a kid who always didn't really have much. I was kind of the poor kid. I was even homeless twice in my life. Not on the street homeless, but like skipping to people's houses to sleep. And we were in a program called IHN where we had to sleep in different churches throughout the night, and then go to school. Then I went to school in the morning like everything was fine, and then I went back to the churches to sleep at night. And as hard as that sounds, it wasn't traumatizing or horrible like that as a kid, but honestly I'm a really chill person, so I think the things that most people would consider devastating experiences in their life, I take them and I learn from them a lot of the times. I am actually more devastated by losing a friend or having someone tell me that I'm the worst person in the world and that I should burn when they're super close to me than losing my home. But it did affect me, but I was in middle school, so I didn't quite understand. It was just kind of this is a thing we do now. I've got to move to these places, but my dad never worked with our finances properly in our house, so that's why I was homeless. So being jealous, it's something that I don't do very often, but I get those moments because I do get jealous of friends who have houses and parents that are together and they're fine and they can get whatever they want. Their parents bought them a car and they get all this extra stuff, and yeah, I get jealous because I'm like, man, I really wish I could have grown up like that, to have my parents just buy me a car when I turn 16, or to just get whatever clothes I want when I want it. I mean, things have been a lot better now, and honestly, my mother-in-law is the sweetest woman, and she always wants to treat me and help me when I need it. But growing up poor made it hard for me to really, like, break away from the whole just being like, whatever, life is life. So I'm pretty chill about it, but yeah, I get jealous, but normally for me it's a split second. It's a moment of, dang, I wish I had that, and I kind of envy that. And then I'm good. And I don't really like to dwell on bad things a lot unless something happens and I can't explain why it happened. Like if a friend, as I've said before, I get devastated more by a friend coming up to me telling me I'm the worst person in the world and just leaving. And I'm only devastated because I'm like, okay, why? What happened? What'd I do? What would we do? Like, what brought this on? Can you explain it to me? And then they don't want to and they just leave it alone. And my brain, the way it works is logically, I don't understand the situation. I don't get why this is happening and I need to have an answer and explanation. And of course, you're not always going to get one, so I have to kind of work past it. But that's more devastating to me than a lot of other situations in life because I know how to survive and I know how to take care of myself and figure out how to let things work. It'll stress me out and I'll get stressed, but I know how to figure it out. When someone else is coming into my life and then tearing themselves out, I don't know how to fix that a lot of times. So my brain works in the logic sense of, if I can fix it, it's good, I can be calm. If I can't fix it, I don't know what to do, now I'm freaking out. So I have an anxiety issue over that, but that's a whole nother story to talk about if I ever do on one of these things. But, so to finish completing that answer is yes, I get jealous, but who doesn't? As I've said in another video, it's a human emotion. And if you don't get jealous, it's kind of weird because you should, it's natural. So this, I think, was a lot quicker than the other videos, but I think it was still 10 questions. So thank you for watching. I appreciate people still being interested in learning more about me or asking more questions. If you do have any more questions, the link will be in the description below. I will gladly do way more of these videos if you want to know more stuff about me in general. And I am really happy that I can be doing these because it's been keeping my mind occupied and it's been fun for me. And it's actually giving me more motivation to get back into certain things. So hopefully I can continue to do these and hopefully you guys will continue to like them. So thank you so much for watching. As I said, link in the description below to continue this. Subscribe to me, like the video, share the video, whatever you want to do. So thank you so much for watching and I'll do another one soon. Bye!